Hi, my name is Gudrun from GE Designs. Welcome to my live quilting chat, Tipsy Tuesday. Hi everybody, welcome to the show. Thank you for being with us live here on YouTube. Of course, still in Facebook jail, so we can't be live on Facebook, but we will be sure to post the video later on. Make sure you send us some love though throughout the show. Keep commenting, and of course, if you're new around here, subscribe to our channel and sign up for notifications, then you will never miss a show. Say hi to Mr. HP, he's here. He is part of the show, of course. So is Kobe. He's over there.
He's over there.
Lounging. All right, so we have a lot of fun stuff to do today. Of course, every show you can be a winner. 2 chances to be a winner of a $25 gift card for GE Designs. You can just win one by commenting. We have one random commenter that will win a $25 gift card, so keep commenting throughout the whole show. And then, of course, we have a giveaway question at the end, so make sure you stick around throughout the whole show. I've got lots of stuff to show you, new fabrics in the store. We have to recap our wonderful virtual Stripology retreat that we just finished the 2nd session on Saturday. And I also am going to share a little trick on making this algorithm quilt using just a bundle, and that's it. So let's start with our giveaway from last week. I asked your giveaway question was, do you swim or bathe in natural waters? So that means lakes, the ocean, hot springs if you got them. And of course, our random generator winner of that question was Cindy Peace, and she says, we live on a small lake in Vermont all summer, love it. So she does a lot of that. That's beautiful. So let's start with our quilts behind me tonight. We have beautiful algorithm on the wall. This is made out of our Windsong bundle. I've been looking at that bundle and just thinking, what can I make with this? And it's only 10 pieces in the bundle. 2 yellow fabrics, and the rest of them are kind of black and gray and a little white with gray in it, maybe a little yellow specks here and there. So I thought, you know what, I want to make an algorithm quilt, but I want to adjust it so that our little strip that goes across, I want those all to be yellow. And if you made algorithm before, you know that that's not really how the quilt is made. We use the same fabrics as are in the squares and switch it up. But I'm going to show you a little later on how you can adjust the way you make it, where you start with it. You finish according to the pattern, but you can adjust how to start, and you can make one bundle, 10-piece bundle, enough for a lap-size quilt. But let's take a look at some photos that we took of this quilt. Really love it and love the quilting on it. So we took some great shots, or Andrea took some great shots. So there it is just in the background. So this is the bundle. Yes, 10 pieces and just the 2 really distinct yellows. So then we have a little better view on my couch. So this one is just perfect for down there. I think I may have to live there because it just looks so good on our couch. Don't you think? Yeah, maybe I need to make another one. I don't know. It looks great. The quilting on it, I think this is called something bamboo. I don't remember, but we can figure that out and put in the blog post where we talk about algorithm. Anyway, so that is algorithm, and actually the bundle, it's in the clearance section, you guys. So great stuff in the clearance section. Then in the corner behind me, we have a beautiful Taylor. This is Taylor. It's made out of the Illuminary Sea bundle, which is, you know, jellyfish and whales and all kinds of beautiful ocean life. And just gorgeous pinks and blues and turquoise with some navies in there. We are a little bit on a mission to show showcase the tailor pattern in a multitude of ways. So we're sewing up tailor in many, many colorways. We have already shown you probably a couple, and I just love the versatility of this pattern. It just takes on a totally different personality by whatever fabric you use, or by the way you arrange it, because you can arrange it very organized, but you can also arrange it very kind of, should we say, contemporary and abstract. So we love it. So this one is Illuminary C bundle and the tailor pattern. So we did take some close-ups if you wanted to see some of these fabrics. Just really cool stuff. So I love, love, love this, and the vibe and the colors. Perfect for summer if it's going to come sometime soon. Sometime soon. We can enjoy this quilt. We could enjoy it outside. Just make sure you bundle up underneath it. On the cabinet, I have the Spring Fling Table Runner, which is going to be our Fast and Furious Club project for the month of May. So you have to wait a little bit for that pattern and video, but we have kits. And this is out of the Lemonade bundle. The Lemonade bundle is also in our clearance section, so check that out if you wanted a little more of those fabric. They are so pretty. I just love the vibe that this runner gives, and of course will be perfect on that picnic table with a big, big pitcher of lemonade. Adult or PG version, whichever works for you. So love all of those. Now I wanted to start with the algorithm because, you know, if you wanted to make algorithm as it is in the book, it's in the Stripology Squared book, which is sitting right there behind me. So the Stripology Squared, all the quilts out of there are made from 10-inch squares. And so the key is in the regular pattern where you actually cut the 10-inch squares into 3 parts. So you have 2 triangles, and then you have that middle strip, and then you swap the middle strip around and play with it, and then you trim up things and you cut your blocks out. But there is a way to make a half-yard bundle go a lot further. So a half-yard cut, because obviously if we're going to cut 10-inch squares from a half-yard, you would only have about 8 inches left, a little less than that sometimes, and so you wouldn't be able to cut more than 1 strip, and you would have all that left over. Well, what we did, we just started with a little bit smaller square, and instead of cutting the strip from the squares, I took the 2 yellow fabrics out of the Windsong bundle and cut them into 2-inch strips. Just 2-inch strips, those yellows. And so they're mixed up with the 2 yellows. And then for the rest of the bundle, I actually took 1 half-yard and set it aside for binding. So I really only used 7 half-yards for the quilt. So then from the 7 half-yards, I cut 8.5-inch squares. 8.5-inch squares. And I was able to get enough squares to make a lap size quilt. So this is how you then start. You would just take your 8.5-inch squares and cut them apart using the ruler. And from there, you would take your 2-inch strips. Now 1 full width 2-inch strip will be enough to use for 3 squares. So you pretty much just cut it into thirds, because it doesn't have to be accurate. So you can just cut it into thirds. And then this is what we're going to sew between the squares. And you want to sew it between 2 different ones. You want to mix it up. And then from there, we're going to start trimming and moving on in the pattern just as you do in the regular pattern. You can end up with the same size, and you can move on from there and keep going with the pattern. But that's the difference. It makes you be able to use the whole bundle up, and from 10 half-yards, for a bundle that's like on sale for under 50 bucks, you can get a quilt. It's great, isn't it? Binding included. So any questions on this? I know I went through it really quickly, so make a note of that. Tipsy Tuesday number, what is the show number today? 146 or something, or 7? And so if you ever want to find 146. If you ever want to find an episode, we have a whole list on our website under videos. You go to Tipsy Tuesday. It lists all the Tipsy Tuesdays and a brief description of what we did in that episode. So if you want to find where I talked about something, so you can kind of look back on this one. Algorithm is not an individual pattern. No, it is in the Stripology Squared book. So check that out there. It is a really fun quilt to make. That's one of the quilts I make multiple times because it's quick and easy and just so cool in many different fabrics. I was actually playing with that idea and I grabbed just some Christmas square scraps that I had and made a block, and I thought to myself, now I'm gonna have to make a Christmas one because I really love this. Will there be a cheat sheet? No, not really, because it's really just starting with a different square. So not really a cheat sheet. So just look back up this episode is what I was saying. It's just really a size or two. All right. All right, you can just, that's a great idea. Peggy said, I'm writing this little note into my book right now. Get a little Post-it, write it on there, and add it to your book. It's a little option for if you wanted to start with a smaller square, and you can still end up with the same size block if you just use additional center strips. All right, okay. I think that's great. I don't think we have any more questions on that. Do you see any more questions on that?
Nope. Great tips.
Good. So I wanted to just use the opportunities to say thank you to all of our beautiful retreaters from last weekend. We finished our second session, which actually was our first. I know it's very confusing. Session 1, which was our later session of the Stripology Virtual Retreat 2022. So 2022 is in the books, everybody. 4 days of fun, amazing camaraderie, and just beautiful energy. Lots of quilts made. And so we offered, I believe it was 8 or 9 different fabrics that people could choose from for their kits. And of course, they made 2 lap-size quilts during retreat, plus a bonus table runner. So let's take a look at all those beautiful quilts. Now we had made 4 of them before the retreat, so you've already seen those, but I thought we would kind of refresh your memory. So here is the first bundle that we chose to use was Carolina Lilies, and there's Jewel. Now, of course, both patterns, Jewel and Strippy Stairways, were exclusive. There's Strippy Stairways made out of the Carolina Lilies. They were exclusive to the retreat, and they will be in an upcoming book that I'm working on coming out later this summer. So unfortunately, no way to see these yet or get the patterns yet, but coming soon. All right, next up is our Celestial bundle. Love this with the gray and the black, and then just pop of that mustard yellow. And then the Strippy Stairways was done on a spotted background. They came with a line. Really cool and contemporary, I think, pretty modern. So both of those, Celestial and Carolina Lilies, we still have those in stock, those bundles, if you wanted to stock up and wait till the book comes out. All right, so next up is Harmony, another bundle we still have in stock. I love these deep plums with the greens and that pop of gold. I just can't get enough of that. I think it's so bright and fun. And there it is in the Strippy Stairways. It's fun to see how they're all different, fun to see how a different background puts a different twist on each quilt. So beautiful, beautiful. Next up was the Lipstick Cowgirl Ombres. So even though there were only 6 fabrics in this pack, because the fabrics were ombre, it kind of feels like there's more fabrics in it. So there's the Strippy Stairways, which I used a Tim Holtz background called Tailored Linen, and I love this version. Very, very kind of freeing using that print in the background, because it is actually directional in the print, but once I cut it up and turned it all which ways, this print is not directional anymore. All right, so next up was Duality Fusion. I haven't sewn mine together yet, but this was just black and white fabrics from Art Gallery. Really cool, very graphic, kind of mod feel to this one. And then with Strippy Stairways, we put it on a teal background, so you could kind of alternate the black and white. I love how this one turned out as well. So then we have Feathered Nest. This one was very calming, light robin's egg blues and creams and a little bit of brown in there with chickadee birds and eggs and all kinds of fun stuff. Beautiful for spring. And so there's the jewel, and then we put the Strippy Stairways on a chocolate brown background, and I really love this version, how it just pulls all the fabrics out and makes them all sing. So calm and beautiful. Then we have Game Day for the really wild and contemporary minds. I love this though. This is just fun, and like all of the fabrics represent board games and things like that, even though it's not very like graphic. It's very artsy. And then we have the Strippy Stairways on a white background with black in it, and again, once you turn the pieces any which way, it creates its own different fabric. Game Day. We still have some Game Day in stock. Very cool. And then we have Passion. Passion, there it is in the jewel. And so I'm using some of the Retreaters quilt to show you, because the fabrics came in too late for us to make all the versions. And so the Strippy Stairways was made with an antique white type of background. I just love this. I love the two quilts because they don't necessarily look like they're made from the same fabrics when you look at the jewel and then at the Strippy Stairways. So that's the kind of cool effect that I love to see. And then we have Weather Report. This one we made Weather Report. So again, very artsy fabrics, very not so much contrast as you can see in all the others, but it creates a totally different feel. And I love this. I really do. As you know, I love so many different things. But then Strippy Stairways put it on a very good contrasting background, and the fabrics kind of look different. So we love all of them. I love all of them. Everybody has a favorite, but I think all of the Retreaters were real happy with their choices and the variety. And actually a lot of them already made second versions and third versions out of stuff they had in their stash, or are planning second and third versions. So really love it, and just couldn't be happier with how all the retreat turned out. We were so blessed, and so we kind of pretty much invite people into our home because we do this here from home. And so we were here in this room for 4 days straight with all of our people from all over the world. And I thought it would be fun. You know, we had people from 9 different countries. And so I thought it would be fun to play the intro video that we played every day of retreat when we kicked it off, either in the morning. And it was kind of fun for the retreaters to kind of hear that, and it indicated another fun day ahead. So I thought we would share it because Mr. HP put a lot of work into that video. So here is our little intro video that we used every day of 2022 Stripology Retreat.
Welcome, Stripology Retreaters, to your 2022 GE Design Stripology Virtual Retreat, where we stripologize, sew, press, and square up. We might even jag it up. We have several states and countries representing this year. Make some noise when you hear your state or country. Alaska, Alabama, Arizona, Arkansas, California, Colorado, Connecticut, Florida, Georgia, Hawaii, Idaho, Illinois, Indiana, Iowa, Kansas, Kentucky, Louisiana, Maine, Maryland, Massachusetts, Michigan, Minnesota, Missouri, Nebraska, Nevada, New Hampshire, New Jersey, New York, North Carolina, North Dakota, Ohio, Oklahoma, Oregon, Pennsylvania, Rhode Island, South Carolina, South Dakota, Tennessee, Texas, Utah, Vermont, Virginia, Washington, Wisconsin, Wyoming, Australia, New South Wales, Australia, British Columbia, Canada, Alberta, Canada, Manitoba, Canada, Newfoundland, Canada, Ontario, Canada, Saskatchewan, Canada, England, Denmark, Norway, Scotland, Sweden. Now start those machines and prepare your tools for a stripping good time. Now let's welcome our captain, Miss G.E. herself, Gudrun, a bingo caller, Mr. H.P., and the G.E. mascot, Cody. It's time!
Did it say Washington? Yes. Did it say Washington? Yes. Yes. He was trying to pretend that he didn't say this, but when, of course, it came time to say Washington, it turned out to be Washington. So
Washington.
He gave himself away with that one.
Washington. Sorry.
Anyways, on top of just sewing, and of course we worked on both quilts. Yes, we started a little bit on Strippy Stairways, and then we did Jewel on Thursday, and went back to Strippy Stairways on Friday, and then of course came Saturday finishing up, and we did a little table runner, quick little easy table runner, no-brainer with our leftover 1.5 inch strips from the bundles. So it was really great to see two quilts come out of the same bundle. And we also played, there was happy hour every day, and so there were cocktails and recipes, and we played bingo every day, so lots of bingo winners, other types of games. It was a full lecture on Thursday night, and plus lots of Q&A and music and dancing, all kinds of fun. Smaller breakout rooms where you can really chat and get to know people. And so this is just, it was really, really a great time. So if you haven't checked it out, we will of course be doing this next year, because we realize this is not a pandemic thing. It is an everyday thing because it connects everybody. I know you saw in the video only 8 countries, but we counted one more because one of our members was sewing in Costa Rica. I wanted to add Iceland too, but I guess I wasn't in Iceland, so I couldn't count. But just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And thank you again, all of you that attended both sessions. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We appreciate you all.
We did yoga too.
Oh, yoga. I forgot about the yoga.
Oh,
Mr.
yeah.
HP taught yoga every day. So that was beautiful. Kind of eased into that. Yeah. It was awesome. All right. So it kind of didn't want it to be over. And I know a lot of you were missing this intro. So we just wanted to play it again for you. All right, I have a little bit of an update on our fundraising for the Ukraine. We are, of course, if you haven't been paying attention, we are raising money. Me and my friend Bonnie Hunter are raising money for Together Rising, and we raised over $76,000 so far. All the how I'm raising money, all the net proceeds from our Ukraine bundles go directly to that fundraiser, and as well as my Hope patterns, both digital and printed. So if you haven't gotten yourself a bundle yet, I encourage you to go snatch one up, because first of all, they're good price, only 30 bucks for 3 yards. So that's good because they're great fabrics, 3 yellow half yards and 3 blue half yards. And so everything goes straight there. You can also just donate to the campaign. It's a GoFundMe campaign, so you can go donate that. You can help us by sharing our campaign, sharing our fundraiser, sharing social media, and spread the word. Of course, we shipped out a lot of bundles today. I was there myself printing out your orders, and we are putting together more bundles as we speak. And we will hopefully be able to catch up with all of our pre-orders by the end of the week. So we're very excited about that. And like I said, I keep ordering more yellow and blue fabric because we're going to keep this going as long as you want to keep it going. And of course, we're making hope blocks, and some of you are making quilt tops and full quilts already, so hang on to them. Keep making blocks, keep putting them together into quilt tops and quilts. We are going to be doing some amazing things when it is time for all of the people of Ukraine to support them, whether they are going to be in their new homes or be able to come back. We don't know how this all plays through, but that is going to be a while. We're going to make sure that they get the help they need right now with supporting them financially with boots on the ground organizations that are really putting in some really great work. So thank you again for being a part of that with me. We really appreciate all of that. All right, so we are going to show you some fabrics up next. We have some new stuff in the warehouse that we're ready to show you. Now, we have 3 brand new bundles today, but I wanted to tell you this one thing first because I probably will forget. I went through and we added a ton of stuff to our clearance section. There's 2 sales sections on the website. There's a grouping called sale bundles. That's where you see all the bundles that we have on sale. So some of the prices dropped even further. They are getting to like the final bundles of some of them, and then I added a ton of sale bundles to that group today, and then also lots of 1 yards and 3 yards. Those are in the clearance section. So of course those 1 yards will not count towards your quantity discount if you're ordering regular 1 yards, because those are already even less, marked even less. So check that out. 3 yards, 1 yards, bundles, and panels. There's great stuff there to snatch up. Let's start with this beautiful bundle called Harmony. So this bundle is really unique. I loved it because of that, and I loved it because of the inspiration. So these prints are inspired by El Salvador. The designer lives in El Salvador, so that these are the indigo dyed fabrics from there. It's a Michael Miller line, and I just really love the uniqueness. I love the history behind it. And so I've split it into the 4 color groups, so we have 4 prints of each color. So this is Emma Schonenberg is the designer. I love this stripe because it's kind of ombre and varies throughout. And then we have the taupe color. So similar prints, all very in that style. Same kind of star, like tile print here. And then we have the big mandala looking one. Spirals, like you're looking through the kaleidoscope. And then we have kind of a terracotta, rusty red color. So they're all kind of these really natural looking colors. So the big mandala, and then this tile print, and then we have the dark charcoal. Dark charcoal, beautiful, beautiful. And star one, and then the same stripe again. So this is Harmony. And just very earthy, natural colors would make just a beautiful quilt. You can do lights and darks. You can mix them all up. It would just be really a gorgeous quilt. If you needed to add to any of the color groups, I did do a color pull. So let me start on the blue end with a dark blue is the spotted nautical blue. That goes with kind of the darker, but a very rich blue. And then the thatched and the marine is a little bit more teal because the undertones are teal. So I think that one looked very good with it. The middle taupes, it went with canvas, brown rice, and then the spotted taupe, 2 hues representing the 2 tones here. Then for the middle ones, I went a little bit darker. The chalk and charcoal and the rust kind of has a little yellow in it, so it ties with both. And then the jacks and the rust is almost a perfect match here with the tones behind this one. And then for the charcoal colors, I loved the alchemy and the smolder, and then the grunge and the lead. So they're both similar, very similar hue, but of course the alchemy has the light and dark, larger scale, so it will have lots of variety in here with the alchemy. I brought out a couple of background options for if you wanted to do a background with this and use these as colors. I would go with Life's Recipes and the texture ivory, so it is light enough to stand up from these, but it has those same color specks, and so it will just mix perfectly. If you wanted a cleaner one, I would recommend Grunge in the eggshell. So not quite white, has a little bit of gray in it and a little bit of cream in it to blend perfectly with this. So this is Harmony. Really cool, very different from what I've seen before, and that's why I love it. As you know, I love it. We have some brand new, we have some new 108 wide fabrics that I haven't shown you. I haven't shown you for a while. They've been, some of them we've had in stock for a while, but I thought I grabbed a bunch just to show you what is available. I know a lot of you are looking for backs for your quilts, so we sell our 108s in both 3-yard cuts and 1-yard cuts. So they're 108 inches wide, and then 1 yard is 36 inches, and then of course the 3 yards are 108 by 108. So we have colorful cubes. This print is really cool. The Maker's Collage. We have patchwork rings, and then we have some from Riley Blake. The Snowed In the gray. It's kind of a taupey gray with snowflakes and stuff on it. We have the Leaves and Flowers in the black and white, and then we have Northern Lights. So these are just some of the new ones. We have, of course, our basics always in stock, but I thought I would show you that we have quite a bit of variety of color, and you know, these are good deals. Good deals. All right, let's check out another brand new bundle. So this is from Louis and Irene, and they seem to, every season or every year, they do a line that has this theme and this kind of a color story. So this one is called Celtic Dreams. So I wanted to show you kind of the first, I'll show you the bundle first. So I love these. So very purpley, lavender, cream, and blues, beautiful sage greens. We have the thistle featured here. I love the richness of the colors. We have a really nice tone-on-tone print. So this is a 12-piece collection in the bundle, 12-piece bundle. And here we have that lighter into that kind of lilac lavender color. And I love just the creams, taupes in here. Another tone-on-tone, that thistle, and it does have some of those Celtic emblems and symbols in here. And here we have it in color on that light background. The tone-on-tone. Just beautiful. So then we have a cream background with all the colors and the bees. We have a taupe tone-on-tone and a little bit lighter. So I love that there's a hue difference between these. And then we finish off with this light blue, almost aqua, but still very subtle. I just love how these magenta and purples pop off of this light blue. We have the tone-on-tone, and then last but not least, the other big print. So this is Celtic Dreams. And there are two more fabrics that go with this bundle that we have both in 1 yards and in 3 yards. And they are beautiful. They this one, I didn't include it in the bundle just because, oops, there goes my water. Oh, guess what? I may have to just keep this here since I spilled water on it. Whoops. Oh my gosh. Uh-oh. Too bad, so sad. Won't be coming back. But this is the print that we have both in 3s and 1s, and I think this will be so cool for borders or for backing. You could of course cut these out and do some fun things with it if you like English paper piecing or something like that, but I just thought this was really cool, and it just wouldn't be as usable if it was in the bundle cut into half yards. So I figured, let me leave them out, and then you could do something separate with them. So here's the other colorway, the light blue. So I'll put this over here. I did do a fabric pull too. So here are the 1 yards of the same. So if you wanted just a little bit of it. Celtic hexagons, we're calling them. So let's start with the dark blues. Of course, Bumbleberries is a Lewis and Irene basic, so they come out with Bumbleberries that match every year. So we have the dark skies here on the darker end, and then Bumbleberries Bluebells, a little bit lighter tone. Then we have some of the purples or the violets. We have the Bumbleberries Thistle color, perfect here. And then the muted thistle, so just that little bit lighter, gorgeous color. For the creams, we did the Bumbleberries Natural Linen for the darker taupe cream, and then I actually pulled out a Grunge Cider Roasted Marshmallow. It's a perfect color to go with this here. And then for the greens, these are more blue, but there's a great green in here that has a lot of blue in it, so I pulled out Grunge and the Avalanche, and then the Enchanted Forest, which is the Bumbleberries. And if you wanted to do a background with these, I would probably go all the way white to make it stand out. The Lyricist Diary, or the Flying Seeds, or Spectrostatic Dust. All of those will stand out very nicely without being too white, because there is a little bit of white here in the hexagons, so it mixes without standing out too much. So Celtic Dreams. Just love this. So if you have a little bit of Celtic in you as far as heritage, this is so much fun to work with, those colors. All right. So check out the extra, the hexagons, and the 3s. I think this will be a beautiful back. Okay, I guess this one is not going back. It's going right on my shelf. I think I'm going to spill water on every fabric that I bring home. All right, so we have one more for you. And this one is for the car enthusiasts, the muscle car enthusiast. It's called American Muscle. Yes, we've had this before. It's sold out. We had it last year. A little bit different, but still the same vibe. So we have black. It's really, really cool colorway. So black, blue, and red is really the theme here. So here we have all the muscle cars, the garage. We have a beautiful typography print. Where's all the muscle car lovers? And then we have the tools. Yeah, I just think this year's prints are really, really, really cool. This would be cool to cut up because you don't really see what it is until you really look closely. It could be just a directional fun print. And we got the wheels. not really hubcaps, they're the actual wheels. And then we have this very vintage inspired print, and with the muscle cars, block print. And then we have the white going into the, it's kind of a creamy off-white with the typography print, with the main car print. And then we have the wheels on the red. And we have cars on the red. And the tools on a red background. And then we have a couple of blues. We have the typography print in the blue. And then the wheels. What do you think of this, Mr. HP? Did you get your...
Love it.
So he really wants to get a classic car.
I gotta get a classic car.
He used to have one. Are you going to tell them about what you used to have?
1968 T-Bird with suicide doors. Black with white leather interior.
Ooh.
Maybe it's vinyl, but...
Probably. Now you can say vegan leather.
Vegan leather.
Yeah. All right, so I did a fabric pull with it. I did a couple of other darks. So the Worn Croc has the perfect texture pattern for this. So that was perfect in the Nightfall. A little bit charcoal gray with a thatched shadow. Has that really nice gray color. And then as far as the light ones, they're very creamy colors. So I love the whispers and the dashing because I thought like the tracks going across. I don't know if you can see it. It kind of works well with this theme. And so is the thatched and the cream, a perfect color match here. The reds, I went with chalkboard texture red because it has variable shades of the red. And then the bumbleberries and the Christmas red, also dark and light in there. And for the blues, I did a light and dark. The darker one is the chalkboard texture in the blue. And then the lighter one is the flow in indigo. Feels like, you know, like oil-stained rag, kind of, that you find in somebody's garage, right? I pulled a few more, you know, perfect plaid for this would be the diagonal plaid and the red because it has the gray in it. Or if you wanted to go all gray, the plaid and the buffalo and the black and gray. Great if you wanted to add plaids to it. And then one more I thought was just fun and it just matched it was this Words to Live By in the ink with the little specks of white throughout. Loved this in here. It just mixes. So I just had to throw it in there. So this is American Muscle. All right, which quilt would you recommend for this bundle? Oh boy, there'll be so many because you can literally put all these. This algorithm would be great if you wanted to show off bigger pieces. JoJo would be great. Anything with, yeah, just a little bit larger, but it's not too large. You know, you can kind of, you know, Sammy would be good. So many. I think Taylor would be awesome too because you could really kind of tailor it to your taste if you wanted to do it more regular with the blocks or if you wanted to do a more abstract for whatever works. American Muscle. Now, if you wondered where you could get all these bundles, gequiltdesigns.com is our website. And you can always go to What's New or our search feature on the website. It is awesome. So if you pull up American Muscle, it will both pull up the bundle and if there's any other fabrics that go with it or if there's a blog post and maybe some suggestions on it. So you can always just use that search bar. It's just a beautiful thing and a fast way to find everything. Make sure if you go there, check out both the clearance and the sale bundle section for all those new favorites that just got moved over there. Good deals going on. All right, so I hope you've been commenting live. throughout the show because we're about to announce our live winner. You got it ready, Mr. HP?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. We have Charlene Staub. Congratulations, Charlene. Just send us an email to help@gequiltdesigns.com and we will get you a $25 gift card right away. Now you have a chance, second chance to win. All you have to do is answer the giveaway question. Now, I did show you a demo earlier on from my book that uses 10-inch squares, but you know that my two latest books use all the different pre-cuts. The mixology books use 5 and 10-inch squares, 1.5 and 2.5-inch strips, and then the Jewel and the Strippy Stairways that you saw earlier that we used for Retreat, they will be in my new book, which is going to be a mixology book. Yes, Mixology 3 is on the way. Not on the way yet. It's still being born a little bit. Still just finalizing. And so those I would love to hear. I use all those pre-cuts. I mix them up sometimes in the quilt. But of course, I love to cut mine from my bundles. So I can get perfect, accurate pieces. I can curate it however I want and get them really good and fastly cut with my Stripology rulers. So my question to you is, the giveaway question, what is your favorite pre-cut size to use? Is it 10-inch squares or 2.5-inch strips? Maybe you like smaller stuff, 1.5, whatever it is. I would love to hear it. Just tell us your answer in the comments and you are automatically entered for our giveaway, in which we will announce a week from today on our Tipsy Tuesday show, which is April 5th, right? Wow. We're almost done with March. Wow. Lesser chances of snowstorms here. The chances lessen and lessen. Although we've had snowstorms all through April, I'm not saying we're not out of the woods yet, but lesser and lesser chances. Love that. Lesser and lesser. All right, so that is Tipsy Tuesday, April 5th. And you know what? Normally we would have a Friday show, but this Friday, no Friday show. We are headed to Vegas for the Grammys. As we have been sharing with you, Mr. HP is nominated for a Grammy, and we're going to the show. He's winning his medal. Yay!
I'm supposed to all week, but
Yeah.
I'm not going to.
Oh, why? They told him to wear it all week.
It's kind of dorky.
Well, we shared the medal with you last Happy Friday, but very honored, and I'm very excited to be going. So make sure you follow us. If you're on Instagram, make sure you follow us, because there might be some sneak peeks from once we're there. I don't know how much I can sneak my phone, which reminds me, I got to figure out a purse that I can fit all that stuff in. Still got a couple of things. I got my dress, I got my shoes. Yeah, still a few things to figure out, but I'll get there. So no Friday show this week, but Tipsy Tuesday, April 5th. We will see you there. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. We'll see you next week. Bye, everybody.